Video for class 11th, and this is the video which is continuation in the series which is going on, that is collision of the work, energy and power chapter, class 11th. And today we will study about the inelastic collision in the one dimension and the perfectly inelastic collision. Before starting this topic, let us talk about what is inelastic collision. Inelastic collision is that type of collision in which there is a loss of the kinetic energy, and if there is the complete loss of the kinetic energy, means after the collision if the body is coming into the rest, so in that condition we will call that case as a perfectly inelastic collision. So let us start with inelastic collision in one dimension. Let us assume there are two bodies of mass m1 and m2, and they are moving with u1 and u2 velocity before the collision. Now for the collision what we require, u1 should be greater than u2, so that after some time the first body should collide with the second body. So what will happen after the collision? The two bodies, after the separation, they will start moving with v1 and v2 velocity, as we all know that. And if there should be if there is a separation, okay, there should be v2 should be greater than v1, and if we want the collision should be there, our u1 should be greater than u2. Now some loss of the kinetic energy means this is the case which we are discussing about the inelastic. So as the two bodies form one system, so means what we are taking, the two bodies are not separating in this condition, they are forming a new system. So means which is closed and isolated. So we can write down the total momentum before the collision should be equal to the total momentum after collision, that is pi should be equal to pf. So means we can write down m1 u1 plus m2 u2 should be equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now if I will talk about the perfectly inelastic collision, means what? Suppose we are imagining the first body was having mass m1 and it is moving with u1 towards the second body. That is the first body, we are keeping it as a projectile, means it is our projectile which is going to attack on a target. And second body, that is having a mass m2 and actually it is kept at rest, means initially the second body was at rest, so it is a target. What will happen, the u1 is going having some certain velocity and it gets collided with the second one. Now what will happen, there are two possibilities. One, the u1 also after the collision can come to into the rest and will retain with the second body. The second, the whole system will start moving with the common velocity, and this velocity, suppose we are taking it as v, so means after the collision they must be having certain kinetic energy and which is having a common velocity v, and they will start moving like a whole system. Now what will happen, we all know that whether it is inelastic, whether it is elastic, the collision should be the collision must follow, I should say, the law of conservation of momentum. So the pi should be equal to pf. So in that case pi to will remain same as m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equals to, but pf has been somehow changed. In what sense it has changed? Because since both the bodies are having the common velocity, so in place of writing m1 v1 plus m2 v1, matlab m2 m1 v plus m2 v, I have taken v as combined and I have written together m1 plus m2 multiplied by v, means they are moving with the common velocity. So in this condition we all know that the second body who was the target, we have kept the second body as at the rest position. So in that case our u2 will become 0. So next equation will come m1 u1 is equals to m1 plus m2 multiplied by the whole with v. So what is the how to get a common velocity with which the whole system starts moving? So this is the formula that we can get the formula or the value of the common. Just wait, sorry for the inconvenience. Yes, this is the velocity with which our whole system will start moving after the collision, that is m1 u1 plus m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Now what where we will find out ki there is a loss. So means if the v velocity, that is the common velocity with which the whole system will start moving, is lesser than the initial velocity with which the first ball was coming up. So if this is happening, means there is a loss of the kinetic energy. How you can visualize it? Suppose the two cars on the highway are coming with a very high speed. Okay, suppose the first car was due to some error or due to some engine problem, the car got stuck on the road, so it is on the rest position. Now the second car which is coming from its behind will gonna strike the first car, and what will happen after the collision? the both the cars will start moving with a certain velocity. And if this velocity with which both the cars are moving is little bit less, okay, in comparison to the first velocity with which the second car was coming, so we can say that there is a loss of the kinetic energy. So means the that is the example of this equation which I have written. So means how to get now how to get, the question is how to get the loss of the kinetic energy. हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि how much is the loss. So now apply the concept, the total kinetic energy before the collision, so it is equals to E1 is equals to half m1 u1 square. I have not taken half m1 u2 square as well because our u2 is 0, so in that case our this term will become 0, so I have written only half m1 u1 square. Now total kinetic energy after the collision can be written as half, and total mass, what is the total mass? Now both the cars, the balls have become a system, so the mass will be combined m1 plus m2, I can write down in place of m, and multiply with the common velocity, that is v square. Now in place of v, I am writing the formula of the v which I have just find out, that is m1 u1 plus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 in the same formula u2. So in place of v, I have written the common velocity formula, and I have simplified the whole equation by squaring. Okay, after simplification, I got that E2 value is coming half m1 u1 square divided by m1 plus n2. मतलब हमें दोनों एनर्जी मिल गई है, the kinetic energy before the collision also I get, and the kinetic energy after the collision also I get. Now it is very easy how to find out the loss of the kinetic energy. Just subtract the both, E1 minus E2. Now why we are doing E1 minus E2? Because हमारी जो kinetic energy before the collision थी वो greater थी, so that is why we are subtracting E1 minus E2. Means after subtraction, which the formula I got is this, which I have written on the paper, and which is positive. Positive means what? ये हमें क्या simplify कर रहा है? It is positive means what? There is actually a loss of the kinetic energy. So this is all about the inelastic collision and the perfectly inelastic collision when there is a loss of the kinetic energy, and how to find out the loss. So in the next videos we will study about the collision in the two dimension and मतलब the segregation of elastic and inelastic. Till then, be safe and study.